Thank you for choosing ORTM 1. This is the time of your English program of every Saturday and Sunday on your national television. Welcome. We start this magazine by Mali News. First, the main headlines. January 26 is International Custom Days. The theme for this year was supporting the next generation, promoting knowledge sharing and building pride in the custom profession. More than 140 Malian migrants are back in the capital city of Mali, Bamako. They were welcomed on Tuesday, January 24th, by the Minister of Malian Living Abroad and African Integration, Alhamdou Ak Ilien. Opening in January 23rd of the 8th edition of the cultural festival Oko Banya. Led by the Prime Minister, Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga, the theme of the festival is local culture put to the test of globalization, forms of community residencies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mali News. The first edition of the Justice Week took place in Bamako International Conference Center. The meeting was led by the minister responsible, Mahamadou Kassoge, and it aims to bring justice closer to citizens to inform them of their rights and others. This week is intended primarily for students, legal professionals, and litigants. Drissa Kadamile does a commentary.
First of its kind, this week of justice brings together all actors, judges, procurators, presidents of jurisdiction, lawyers, bailiffs, justice commissioners, and notaries. It aims to bring justice closer to citizens, to inform them about their rights, and to promote proper distribution of justice. According to Justice Minister, justice would be better accepted if citizens have access to information they need to understand the mechanisms through which it rendered, in particular, qualified jurisdiction, the procedure followed, legal costs, remedies, and means by which final decision may receive execution. According to him, justice is less known.
Malian consumers are protesting against the repetitive strikes in our hospitals. They have therefore seized the government with a view to finding an urgent solution to this phenomenon, which severely handicaps users. It is in this context that a delegation from the Consumers Association of Mali was received by the Prime Minister, Head of Government, Shogel Kokala Maiga. At the end of this hearing, the Vice President of the Association confided in our reporter Alcine Touré. His remarks translated here by Gassou Diarra.
We have been received by His Excellency Prime Minister Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga. In fact, we have come to talk to the Prime Minister about current strikes which happen to the health organizations, especially the hospital Ponge. The workers of the hospital Ponge are worried about the situation. In this case, we have had an agreement with the Minister of Health and the Minister of Public Services to take our responsibilities to improve conditions working of doctors and to make hospital better in order to give chance to Malian people to have access to the hospital. Prime Minister has carefully listened to us. He makes us sure about is willing to help us. Prime Minister Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga is open and he is always ready to welcome everybody about national interest.
More than 140 Malian returning voluntarily to the country. They were welcomed on Tuesday, January 24th by the Minister of Malian Living Abroad and African Integration, Alhamdou Ak Ilien, in the presence of officials from the International Organization for Migration, OEM. Report Jules Sambou Sissoko, translated by Fatou Dramé.
There are a total of 149 Malian migrants, including a woman and her baby, who accepted the voluntary return to the fold from Niger, precisely from Agadez, Arlit, and Asamaka at the Algeria-Niger border. They were turned back from Algiers in a situation of irregular migration. The minister in charge of Malian abroad and African integration, Alhamdou Ag Ilen, came to welcome them. Welcome home to Mali. The Malian government and OEM have made arrangements for your transportation and hospitality. These are young people who left the framework of irregular migration, who could not continue the path to the country of destination, which was Europe. We work with OEM and neighboring countries to bring them together at OEM centers in collaboration with OEM to transport them, to bring them back to house, feed them, drive them to their respective villages, and help them reintegrate. This voluntary repatriation operation is carried out in partnership with the International Organization for Migration.
January 26 is International Customs Day. Each year, the World Customs Organization adopts a new theme. This year's theme was supporting the next generation, promoting knowledge sharing and building pride in the customs profession. Many personalities took part in the event. It took place in Mandé Commune. Report Angèle Damele.
It was in the new building of the General Office that Malian Customs celebrated International Customs Day, an appropriate framework to reflect well on the theme of the day, namely supporting the new generation, promoting the sharing of knowledge, and strengthening the pride of the customs profession. Customs General Office took the opportunity to deliver the statement of the Secretary General of the World Customs Organization, in charge of collection of all duties and taxes relating to the imports and exports of goods. Customs contributes greatly to the supply of the state's budgets. During the day, a tribute was paid to certain customs partners and workers who distinguished themselves by a job well done and, above all, by respecting the rules of the profession. Previously, Minister Hussein Sanoum paid tribute to the soldiers of the economy who died in unarmed fields.
Opening in January 23rd of the 8th edition of the Cultural Festival Okobanya, led by the Prime Minister Dr. Shokel Kokala Maiga, the theme of the festival is local cultures put to the test of globalization, form of community residencies. Quelle Tamasek communities are in honor, and a strong delegation of a Guinea Association also took part in this meeting. Report Shekmar Sangarke, translated by Drisaka Damele.
Ogubanya, 8 letters, 8th edition. Symbols are strong for 2023 edition which opened. Mali's artistic and cultural expressions are resounding in the authenticity and diversity. Guinea, the great Dogon family, sounds intercommunal union, and Mali confirms by saying culture adapts to all situations. This explains the central theme, which is local cultures give ways for globalization, forms of community resilience. According to Ogobanya responsibles, it's about for them and other partner communities to restore hope, to make our culture live, allow our artisans, traditional therapists, artists, farmers, and so on to maintain a form of economic opportunity. Ogobanya Festival highlights what strengthens our social links, for which we have the intercommunal dimension of the event. This year, Keltamase community has been the honor guest.
Always about the festival Okobanya, our reporter Angel Dambele discussed with Casimir Somboro about this event. Casimir Somboro is one of the members of the organization. Follow part of this discussion.
Thank you very much for asking me. You know, since the festival started in 2016, the number of participants has increased by 3 and 4 times, and now it's even increasing and increasing. But the most important thing is that the interest on the participants, the handicrafts, all these people who are making business around, they are really happy and they are impressed of what Ogomanya is giving them actually.
So can this festival be a pathway to solve a socio-political crisis in Mali?
Yes, of course, because when you see this festival is not only for Dogons, all communities in Mali are associated to this to the organization, and especially for this year, the Keltamanshek community are the guests of honor for this year. And every year we have different communities invited as the guests of honor. So it really solved the problem. We have time to talk together, we have time to discuss together, and this is the only festival who can organize such amazing thing to bring people together and to solve the cohesion in Mali. Yeah. You know, I am one of the organizers of the Ogobanya Festival. But Ogobanya itself is a branch of Jina Dogon Association. So the association is open to anybody, any people who will sympathize with the Dogons to promote the culture and to protect the culture. All people are welcome. So we are not only Dogon. It can mean more than 50% of the organizers are not Dogon. So it's open. Yeah.
So what makes this year festival special according to you?
According to me, you know, we have some guests who came from around abroad, especially the people who came from Guinea-Conakry. So we have so many participants who is coming from abroad. It's only Malian that is international now. This is really a good thing for this year.
What are your final remarks?
Oh, my final remarks is I really thank all people who are engaged in the Ogobanya Festival, and I wish that Ogobanya could make the path and then bring peace in Mali, in the central of Mali and all over the Malian population, to bring them together and live really in peace, yeah, and cohesion.
Thank you for that brilliant presentation,
Okay.
and see you next week, God is willing.
Okay, thank you too. Thanks for asking.
The activities of the project promotion and protection of children's rights in Mali of the NGO Malian Association for the Promotion of the Sahel (AMAPROS) started on Tuesday, January 19, 2023 in Kulukoro Regional Council. This project will last 2 years and aims to consolidate the various national and international initiatives for the protection of children. It is financed to nearly 200 million CFA francs by the Swedish financial partner Music Aid through the NGO Diakonia. Report Jemba Musa Konate and Gasu Jara for English Time.
The project for the promotion and the protection of children's rights has just organized its activities in Kulukuru. Its purpose is to contribute to the success of 2,000 children. Many of children who have been supported are 15 years old or 16 years old in the areas of Megetan, Dumba, and Kulukuru. The project will help many children so that they can succeed in the socio-education. Objectively, the project for the promotion and the protection of children's rights would like to support many children about the education. According to an expert, it is unacceptable to see the children working hard in the river. Many children come to the river to do extraction of the sand. Child labor must be stopped. It's unbearable. We must make efforts to support the children to go to school in order to build the future. For him, all the children have right to education and better life. For this reason, we will take our responsibilities to stop child labor. This project would like to provide opportunity to many children to go to school. In Mali, the project for the promotion and the protection of children's rights and the project Jaconia will work together to give opportunity to many children to go to school.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of this local news. Best stay with us for the guest of the week. Today, my guest is Yaya Bengali. He is the initiator of an English club in Bamako at Tebuku, Miliwit Logement. Welcome, Mr. Bengali.
Thank you.
Talk in short about your English club.
First of all, I greet everybody. The English club is Mali English Club is Learning. It was created on December 2018 in Atetebu 1008 lodgement. Thank you.
Okay, so you are committed to organize your yearly cultural day. So what is aim for?
Exactly. Since the creation of this beautiful club, we have been organizing cultural day each year. So the aim is to expose our different activities so that people could know what we are doing inside this beautiful club.
Okay.
And then invite or encourage many people to go through English clubs.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. So we know there are many English clubs in Bamako, if you can say in Mali. Yeah. So could you therefore tackle your relationship?
Exactly. Talking about English clubs, we have a national representation of English clubs on the name MECC. Mali English Clubs Council. So we are a partner of this beautiful club. Okay. So I'm even the senator of that club. Okay. So that means we are working with all English clubs around Mali.
Okay. Yeah. So during this event, what is the main things you are going to do?
Okay, thank you so much for this question. We have many activities during this day. Among them we have sketch, we have practice dialogues, for our English club members. We have cultural show, we have games, we have poems, and we have several other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have a special guest for this event?
Yeah, exactly. We have Mrs. Fomba Urukiatu Kasukona, Fatmata Sosajiri. She is our godmother, and she will be the panelist of this event. We have also Abdullah Jakite, a teacher of English. He's also among our special guests. Okay. And then also Mr. Diallo from Culture Police. Yeah.
So what is the main purpose of English Club in Mali?
So, you know, as we notice in our classroom, the times is not enough to learn English. Yes. And we are running after a program. So we say it's necessary to have extracurricular activities. That's why we created English Club, so that to help students speak English after the class.
Okay. Yeah. That means it is promoting English language.
English language,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So we are at the end of this discussion.
Okay.
What is your last word?
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. My last word is, the first of all, I invite every single young man in Mali to go through the learning of English language. As we all know, English is a necessity today. Yes. Any young graduate need to speak English. Yeah. So you don't need to waste your time. Just go through English clubs everywhere in Mali, and then you can speak English.
That's
Thank
good.
you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Welcome.
So this is the end of the guest of this week, but stay with us for the lesson. A lesson has been prepared by Gasu Jara, our teacher of English of ORTM. Let's follow.
After conditional 1, I'm going to talk about conditional 2. Okay, concerning conditional two is unreal. Okay, so you want to make positive your action, or you want to make positive your project. That is unreal. It may be possible. Okay, for this reason you form conditional two. For example, if I won $1 million, I will buy a Rolls Royce. You know a Rolls Royce? Yes. Okay, many people like to buy this car because this car is very nice. Now we change, we change the verb. Okay, after if we have preterite. About conditional two, after if we have a preterite, and in the main clause we have a would plus verb. Okay, you see, you can watch this sentence. If I were you, I would study English at university. About the first example, I say if I won $1 million, I would buy a Rolls Royce. Ça veut dire si je gagnais $1 million, j'achèterais une Rolls Royce. Ok, une Rolls Royce. Si je gagnais $1 million, j'achèterais une Rolls Royce. Ça veut dire que ici, l'action ne se produit pas, quoi. Hein, c'est difficile de se produire. Quelque chose, il se peut que ça se produise. Ok. Bon, donc c'est la raison pour laquelle on forme le conditionnel de. Bon, donc quelque chose qui va se produire de façon probable. Au conditionnel de, on utilise if, et if, après if, le verbe se conjugue au prétérit. Bon, donc vous savez que le prétérit de I am, c'est I was. Mais après if, on ne dit pas I was, on dit I were. Bon, donc if I were you, ça veut dire si j'étais toi. Hein, si j'étais toi, ou bien si j'étais à ta place. Bon, donc ça peut dire tout ça. Ça peut dire si j'étais toi, si j'étais à ta place. Ok, if I were you, I would study English at university. Si j'étais toi, je ferais des études d'anglais à l'université. Ok, after conditional two, I'm going to talk about conditional three. About conditional three, after if we have past perfect. And in the main clause, we have would have plus past participle. Okay, so I define conditional three. We use conditional three to talk about imagination. For example, you imagine about something, and you tell it. Okay, for example, about this example, if I had won $1 million, I would have bought a Rolls Royce. That is your imagination. You imagine. That is not real. It is unreal. And you imagine, so you dream. That is a dream, okay? For example, si j'avais gagné, j'avais en anglais, but donc had, c'est past perfect en anglais. Ok? Had suivi du participe passé. Par exemple, win, to win, ça c'est le verbe gagner en anglais. Voilà, win, ça s'écrit W-I-N. Maintenant, le prétérit, c'est un verbe irrégulier. Le prétérit de win, c'est won. Bon, donc, if I had won $1 million, si j'avais gagné $1 million, I would have bought a Rolls Royce. J'aurais acheté. Si j'avais gagné $1 million, j'aurais acheté une Rolls Royce. Bon, donc, si on dit si j'avais, ça veut dire que vous imaginez. Hein, c'est imaginaire. Bon, donc l'action est imaginaire. Bon, donc dans ces cas, vous utilisez had. Vous allez dire, if I had won $1 million, I would have bought a Rolls Royce. Si j'avais gagné $1 million, j'aurais acheté une Rolls Royce. Okay, that is conditional free. About conditional free, after if, we have a past perfect. And in the main clause, we have would have plus past participle. You know, that is the way of forming, conditional free. Okay, thank you for everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching us. We'll be together next Saturday and Sunday, same time, same channel, ORTM 1. May God bless Mali. Goodbye.